Sounds good. Thank you, Mills. Good morning. This is convening of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission. It's March 19th, 2025, approximately 10:01 a.m. This is agenda setting meeting number 188. We are holding this meeting virtually, so we will do a roll call. Good morning, Commissioner O'Brien.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, Commissioner Hill.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, Commissioner Skinner.
Good morning.
And good morning, Commissioner Broder.
Good morning.
All right, we are going to turn it over to Secretary Skinner with a set of minutes.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Chair, I move that the commission approve the minutes from the March 5th, 2025 agenda setting meeting that are included in our packet, subject to any necessary corrections for typographical errors or other non-material matters.
Second.
Thank you. Commissioner O'Brien,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner,
Aye.
and Commissioner Broder.
Yes.
And I vote yes, 5-0. All right. We're going to move on to page 2 of the packet. We have an upcoming meeting schedule that ranges from March 27th to June 17th. Public meetings, agenda setting meetings, adjudicatory hearings. Let everyone take a look at those quickly. All right. Any issues with any of these dates, commissioners? Anything we need to add from the team or from the commissioners? Dates that we need to hold? All right. Let's turn it to page 3 of the packet. That's going to be a meeting for March 27th. ED Serpa, will we have an administrative update?
Yeah, I'd like to keep that.
Thank you. Commissioner Skinner, I know we have meeting minutes, you said.
Yes, we'll have 4 sets.
All right. Commissioner Hill, are we going to hold the legislative update?
We'll hold it, please.
Councilor Grossman, looks like your team has a lot of regulations up on this.
Yes, good morning. A number of members of the team are handling these different things, so I'm just going to let everyone jump in and update you as to where we are. I think the first one is Justin, yours at 256.
Yes, Chair. This is 205 CMR 256 is the advisor encourage regulation. We discussed this via 2x2. This is adding some disclaimer language. And there's one other sort of typographical error that we caught that we're going to add into the packet, but it'll be in the packet for next week.
Okay. Questions, comments for Justin? All right. Councilor Grossman, we're going to stick with you.
Yep, we can. Oh, sorry. We can keep rolling. Judy, I think you're up next, right?
Good morning, Chair and Commissioners. The next two on the list are 205 CMR 23801 definitions. That is to circle back a little bit of a definition in regard to letters of liability and credit. 24302 is the kiosks reg that was, I think, updated by Councillor Wong. So those two are going to be coming back before you for final vote and final filing, or approval for final filing, excuse me. And I think I'm going to turn this next one over to Attorney Hentoff. Jenna, is that right?
Yes. 13869, that's the filming regulation. We're going to ask to take that one off for now, just need some further review, and we'll bring it back before you in the future.
And then to clean up the table games rules update are mine, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. We have a short update, some cleanups and amendments to Spanish 21 and Pontoon 21. And then I see, is Autumn with us? There she is.
Hi, I have some updates to 101 to allow the commission to delegate the handling of certain procedural requests to the clerk, and also to correct some internal citations and make the language just throughout the reg more consistent with the other portions of the regulation.
Okay. Judy, I look forward to learning the new rules. I see that we have some time on Friday. Questions, comments, commissioners, the legal team? All right. And then we're going to stick with you, Councilor Grossman, again.
Yes, thank you. I think we should be ready to go on number 5.
All right. We're going to go to the Chief of Sports Wagering, Carrie Teresi. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning. Yes, these house rules listed here will be all set to go. We also have 2 more sets of house rules to add for Fanatics and Encore Boston Harbor. If that's all right. And then I do have one additional item to add, which is a request for an extension of the waiver, which is currently in place for Bally's and BetMGM to review and approve their KYC procedures. The current waiver expires on April 1st, and we just need a little more time to get those before you to review.
What's the anticipated time for those combined?
For everything, probably about 45 minutes max.
All right. Meeting's only running at 95 right now, so or so. All right, I'm good with that. Commissioners, we good with adding those? All right. We're going to now turn it. Anything else, Carrie, for your team?
That's all from me for next week. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to go to Director Monahan. Good morning, Director Monahan.
Good morning. We will have several items for you on the 27th. We'll be ready for likely 2 sports wagering related non-compliance matters, and those are just the standard matters to bring before the commission for next steps. The next thing that we have is the discussion of the regulation requiring operators to cancel and refund unauthorized wagers. That should be ready to go on the 27th. And then after that, we have the sports wagering operators request for temporary licenses. As a reminder, this is the second step in the process to extending the temporary license basically for another year. And that should also be ready to go on the 27th.
All right. What do you think the timeline is going to be on that? I noticed we don't have it on.
Sure, non-compliance, it says 5, that feels a little short. I might say 15 for the non-compliance. Discussion of regulation, I'd say maybe 20 minutes. And then the sports wagering operator request for temp licenses, that should be pretty quick, but I might hold 15 just out of an abundance of caution.
All right. Commissioners, any questions, comments on those 3 items from Director Monahan? All right. We're going to turn it over to Dr. Lightbound. Good morning.
Good morning. We'll be all ready for our item on the racing officials and key personnel for Plainridge. And then just a reminder, we're going down to Raynham on Monday, this coming Monday, the 24th. So it's up to the commissioners if you want to leave that item number 11 on there about the Raynham facility relocation. In case there's something you want to discuss. I don't anticipate having something for the packet since that's pretty close timing. We could push it off till the April 10th meeting also.
Commissioner Hill, do you have a preference?
We can put it off to the next meeting. That's fine.
That makes sense. We'll have seen it, and then you'll have packet materials by then, right, Dr. Lightbound?
Yes.
Let's do that. Let's move that if everyone's okay with it.
Okay.
Anything else for the horse racing division?
No.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
An update on employment and vendor diversity.
We will be ready.
Okay. How long do we think that's going to be, Derek?
Not more than 10 minutes for our presentation and then maybe another 10 minutes for questions. We will be scheduling 2x2s with the commissioners to review the information ahead of time.
Sounds good. Look forward to it. All right. That's March 27th. Anything to add to March 27th? Insurance? Team? All right. Let's look at April 10th. We'll start with, we're going to move that Raynham facility relocation conversation. Administrative update. ED Serpa, we want to hold it? He's saying yes.
Yeah.
Commissioner Skinner?
Yes, please hold.
All right, we'll hold those meeting minutes. Legislative update from Commissioner Hill. We'll hold that. Councilor Grossman, will we have follow-up on regulations?
Yeah, I think we do, although I can't remember which one that is. Can anyone remind me what we had, if anything?
Sure. Good morning, Chair and Commissioners. There are a number of amendments to the racing regulations that we would like to bring forward on April 10th. And it's anticipated that we would seek a vote on all since the Plain Ridge racing season begins on April 14th. I would also like to note that we would be seeking an emergency enactment due to the nature of the proposed changes, which are being made to ensure the health or safety of the public, participants, or animals that are involved. And we'll be scheduling 2x2s with the commissioners ahead of time.
What set of regs is this now? Sorry.
Sure. The racing regulations that it's 5 that are anticipated, and they have to do with the warning light system, which is the system that is enabled in the event of an accident. It has to do with the amount of trainers that are allowed to be on the grounds under the owners section of our regulations. There's also a regulation that has to do with the specific equipment that trainers are required to secure on the horse prior to racing. There's one that defines voided claims, how they may be voided and by whom. And the last one is in regards to split sample testing and the different scenarios that can occur when a sample is tested, as well as to further clarify the standard presumption if an outside laboratory is unable to reach a valid testing conclusion.
All right, and I'm assuming we'll see those as soon as they hit the packet or before.
Yes.
Thank you, Counselor. Anything else?
I think that covers it for now.
All right, thank you, Councilor Grossman. Sports wagering.
Yes, as of right now, we have 2 things for the 10th. One is a void request from DraftKings. And the second is that we could move the wager limitations update up from under review, provide an update on where we are and propose next steps on that.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else? All right. The FY26 proposed research agenda. Director Van der Linden.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We will be prepared for that. We could add Dr. Bonnie Andrews under that as well.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Again, we will add that Rainham matter. If everyone can give some predictive times to Grace Robinson, that would be appreciated. So we will know.
And Chair Maynard?
Yes. Grace.
I believe you skipped over Caitlin.
Did I skip over Caitlin?
The non-compliance matters.
I skipped right over Caitlin. I'm sorry about that, Director Monahan.
No worries at all. I believe we will have a couple of non-compliance matters, but we're still figuring that out precisely. So I'd appreciate if we could hold about 15 minutes.
Thank you. Anything else to add to the April 10th date? Dr. Lipow.
Oh, yeah. If we could please add the annual report for racing for 2024. And then also the recognition of the Jockey Guild as a representative group of the jockeys. That starts the process for the distribution of the $65,000 for the retired and permanently disabled, which is part of the old racing regulations. And there'll probably be a couple of other regs that I'm speaking to Melanie about later on today that we're going to add to the list she already gave. So regarding medication and the mortality review committee. So.
Got it. All right. Good with that, commissioners? We good with that? All right, thank you, Dr. Lightbound. I see
Thank you.
Counselor Young, I see your hand up.
Hi, good morning again. If possible, I'd like to add an executive session for some minutes approval sets. I think we'll have about 4 or 5 for commissioners to review and take a vote on.
Works for me, commissioners.
Thanks
are we
very
good?
much.
All right, thank you, Judy. Thank you, Secretary Skinner, again. Anything else to add to this date on April 10th?
Chair, if we could hold time for an executive session related to security at the MGM garage. I'd like to get that on the schedule for this date, and I'll check with the parties involved.
Thank you, Director Monahan. What we'll do is we may put that session together with the session that Ms. Long mentioned and do them together. Anything else for this date? All right, let's talk about the 24th on page 5 of the packet. Hold the administrative update. Okay.
Sure.
Meeting minutes.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Secretary. Legislative update.
Yes, let's hold that one, please.
Sounds good. Regulations.
I don't think we have anything yet, but we'll come back to you on that one.
All right. Sports wagering.
Yes, hold please. Nothing to add today, but I'm sure we'll have something.
Non-compliance matters, Director Monahan.
If we could hold some time, that would be great, and we can figure out a little bit closer to the date if we're going to have a couple matters. Thank you.
All right. Anything to add from the team? I see Director Vanderlinden's mic's off.
Yeah, thank you. If we could move VSE program updates under that date from under review to that.
All right. I look forward to hearing about it.
Me too.
I hope you've already heard about it before I heard about it.
I'm yes, I should have. I'm all over it. Thank you.
That sounds good. Anyone else with anything to add on the 24th? Commissioner Skinner.
I don't have anything to add on the 24th of April. I think this is one that we need to kind of watch for the 27th of March. The public open meeting law item. I know that there's some movement at the legislature to extend that deadline, but as of now, the deadline is March 31st. And so I think we at least need to recognize the possibility that we might have to have a discussion at this meeting on the 27th.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Hill.
through you to Commissioner Skinner. Actually, the legislature took some action over the last few days to extend this.
Oh, the Senate has?
I
Senate has as
believe,
well?
I believe they have, but I'll check in and make sure that's true. But I know they're trying to push it through.
Yeah.
Oh, I see Commissioner Broder.
No, looks like it's gonna be another 2-year extension, so we should, unless something goes horribly wrong, we should be all set.
Yep.
We've been talking about it internally. And we have sort of a step-by-step, should it not look like it's gonna extend. So if we get to that point, I'll share that across.
Yeah, just flagging it just in case. Commissioner Hill, thanks for the update. Last I had heard, it had passed the House, but not yet. It hadn't yet made it to, or it was sent to the Senate, but not sure what was the report out from that action. So any updates would be good. Thank you.
Given my perch, I've had my eyes peeled on it, especially with the different versions. So we're ready. It's just a matter of, ideally it's sorted out and we don't have to put the emergency plan in place, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think we've all been watching it, but it's good to have it on the agenda in the event we do need to move forward with the discussion.
We'll have it if we need it. All right. Anything else to add to that date? All right. Let's go to under review. Commissioner O'Brien, Compliance Committee.
Yep, still under review.
Thank you. What about the discussion of illegal markets with Commissioner Skinner and yourself?
Yep, so we had an internal meeting last week. And then I believe Todd just reached out to me the other day that I think the Commissioner Skinner and I are also going to get a specific 2x2 with the AG's office. And we can circle back if it's still under review or whether we want to move it up for some other discussion.
Sounds good. Thank you. Early economic impact of sports betting in the Commonwealth. Director Vanderlinden and Dr. Andrews.
It's in its final round of review with our research review committee, but I can't commit to a date just yet.
All right. I'm going to skip over the staff evals, though I know that we're getting in a good place. I'm going to go to Carrie.
Yes, this item 5 as well as number 6 are both still under review.
All right. What about it looks like Commissioner Skinner and yourself on the catalog language for the UFC?
Yeah, under review still.
Okay. Okay, I hear you now. I got you. Took me a second. I was following the reading here. The Revere HCA. I believe Edie Serpa.
Yeah, well, an internal update on that is we have had some conversations, Joe, Todd, and I, and at a minimum, we have to reply to that communication from the mayor. So we're going to draft up a letter for that, and we'll circulate that among you. So, I mean, that might be sufficient, or I'll leave that up to you to determine. But we're working on that.
All right. So yeah, we'll look at the letter, and if we gotta discuss it, we have to do it in public. That's part of what we do. But if not, it may be something that you handle at the staff level. We appreciate you and Todd and Joe working on that. The VSC program updates, as well as the BCLC. Director Vanderlinden.
The VSC program updates was just moved up to April 24th. And the BCLC Game Sense agreement, I want to leave under review right now.
Thank you. Wager limitations, we moved up already. And the review of advertising for sports wagering.
Still under review.
Okay. Commissioners, anything to add to under review? What about the team? Oh, Joe.
Mr. Chair, I think we should probably at this point put on the Community Mitigation Fund, project reviews. We're looking to schedule those sort of towards the end of May, but I think we should just put them on the radar here for under review.
Okay. And that's looking at the applications?
Yeah, they're doing the reviewing the application. Oops, excuse me.
Okay. Thank you. And we know that your team is hard at work doing some pre-reviews.
We are indeed.
All right. Anything else to add?
Chair Maynard, if I could add the Springfield Youth Health Survey report. We've provided funding to this organization for a couple years, and they have a report that I think the commission would be interested in hearing.
Did we see them last year when we had that conference
out in Worcester?
Mm-hmm. Right.
They were awesome.
Mr. Chairman, why could you say what that is again? Or
that we have provided funding to both Springfield Public School District and the Public Health Institute of Western Mass for a few cycles of this survey that's administered every other year. And most recently, they produced a report and are presenting the findings at a conference. So they have a poster that accompanies it. And I thought the commission would be interested to see both in terms of, overall findings of the youth health survey that covers a broad range of items, but we have added a series of gambling related questions.
Just molded into or part of the youth risk behavior survey, or is it something different?
Springfield does it slightly differently. So there's a statewide that's administered through the Department of Public Health, and then Springfield does it on their own. And so we've partnered with Springfield.
Excellent, thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Hill.
All right. I don't know if this would be appropriate to request or ask or suggest, but maybe this would be a good opportunity to look at having a meeting out in Springfield. We haven't had one in a while. And this could be one of the issues that we put on an agenda out there. So I'm just throwing it out to my fellow commissioners that we might want to think about having one of our public meetings out in Springfield, because we normally do that, but we haven't had one in a while. And I think this would be a great agenda item to have for such meeting.
Commissioner O'Brien saying, yes, I love going out and doing those meetings. I love the logistics even just as much, but for all those that don't know, Commissioner Hill and I always try to save money when we go out there.
And I will again.
Anything else to add? And by the way, Commissioner Broder, you're gonna love that Springfield youth group. They're fantastic. We had a great time last year. Anything else to add? Do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
I'm going to give that one to Paul, Commissioner Broder. All right, do we have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Hill. All right, Commissioner O'Brien.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner.
Aye.
Commissioner Broder.
Yes.
And I vote yes, 5-0. Everyone enjoy your day, and I look forward to doing some PGAM work here. So